Hello everyone and welcome back to another Minecraft update video. Today's snapshot is 17w13a. It is the second snapshot of the 1.12 update, and this one introduces parrots into the game. We have a new mob that can be found in the jungle biome, which is why I'm in a jungle biome right now. I've been playing around with these guys for a while, figuring out all the things about them, and I've got a load of information to tell you. First of all, there's 4 different types. We've got this red one with the yellow and blue wings. We've got a dark blue parrot. Then we have a sort of cyan turquoise parrot over here. And somewhere else, hiding around here, there's a green parrot as well. There he is, a lime green parrot. These guys, I think they tend to fly away from you if you get a little bit too close to them, is what I've observed. But those are the 4 different types of parrots. This one right here is following me around because I've tamed it. You can tame these, have them as pets. You can even get them to go on your shoulders, which is just amazing. So I've been doing a bunch of investigating, finding out how these fellas work. They have 3 hearts of health, and if you attack them, they do not attack back. I have not seen them do any sort of attack to me or another mob, and they just tend to run away. That guy has disappeared. He's gotten away very quickly there. So you're going to need cookies to tame these fellas, which is kind of suitable considering you need cocoa beans to make cookies, and they are found in the jungle. There's one right over there. So that guy's been tamed already. Let's right click on this guy. We'll see a puff of smoke, and you keep clicking on him until you get some love hearts, and then he becomes your pet parrot. So I'm going to hold this down and spam it, and there we go. We've got another pet parrot over here. Let's see if we can get a couple more of these fellas. There we go, we're building the parrot army, people, the parrot army. These guys have a follow range of 16 blocks, so if you're within 16 blocks of them, they will fly towards you or do whatever they can to stick around and hang out with you, because you've tamed them and they're now yours. Now you're probably wondering, how do you put these fellas on your shoulder? If you've seen my second channel, you will know that you can put the parrots on the shoulder. In fact, I'm going to plug the second channel right now. If you want to know about little bits of news like this when they become available from the guys at Mojang tweeting and showing us that you can put parrots on your shoulder, the second channel is the place to go to. That's where I make short videos about that kind of stuff. So you'll see a card in the top right of your screen. But check it out. We got parrots on our shoulders and we can walk around with them, which is amazing. And the way that you get them off your shoulders is by jumping, which I don't particularly like, because when I want to travel with me parrots on my shoulders, I want to jump up and down blocks like you would do, right? So maybe that thing will be subject to change. I imagine a fair few people are going to complain about that. I've also seen a bug where the parrots will change colour when you're on your shoulders as well. And I've seen a few buggy things about them. So this is a snapshot. Expect to see some strange behavioural things going on. Anyway, let's get rid of those fellas. I also used a lead on these guys to find out if you can leash them, and you can. You can drag them along and get them to come to you, which is pretty cool. Listen to those noises. I had to do it. I had to bring in a few more. There's not much else to say about them. I haven't found a way to breed them together. If we place one down and then click on it, like you would with a regular mob, you don't get a baby parrot. So I don't believe baby parrots exist. And like I said, there's no way to breed them. Oh, what's that? Some sort of mega parrot? No, these guys will teleport to you. So if you fly away like I just did in creative mode, eventually they will suss out that you've gone a long way away and they will teleport to you just like other pets will do in this game. Let's stand down here on the grass and see if it happens again. I think, yep, there they go. Hello, they've teleported to us again. Another ability of the parrot is to imitate the sound of mobs around it. You can hear a lot of hissing, right? That's amazing. So some of those hisses are very short, and those are the parrots. The bigger hisses are the spiders. It's kind of hard to demonstrate. You just have to listen very carefully. They're definitely making the sound of the spider. That's ever so cool. Ooh. Okay, so they only imitate hostile mobs. They weren't making the sound of the cow, but as soon as I put down that husk, they started imitating him. I'm going to tell you all about what's going on here in a second, but I had to hit record because I've just learned that parrots are very fond of chickens, it seems. I noticed this earlier when I was flying around. They seem to go towards chickens. Or maybe just another mob. They're all staring at the sheep. I love this. Oh, this is so strange. It's like they're worshipping the sheep. Oh, that's really cool. So I haven't finished setting up these command blocks to show you all of the parrot sounds, but we need to talk about what's going on here because I'm conducting an experiment. We are in the same world we were in a moment ago. If I look behind me, you should be able to see some of the terrain. There it is. We're in the jungle biome. And what I've done is removed all of the terrain using MCEdit, put grass down here at bedrock, which means that passive mobs will spawn in it very, very fast. So we've got a few passive mobs, which are the sheep and the chickens. These guys are in a little bit of trouble. But we've also got a ridiculous amount of parrots, and as far as I can tell, they continuously spawn. If I take a step back, I believe they will continue spawning in here, and I'm not sure if the parrots actually have a mob cap. Look at that, there's loads more over that edge now, where I moved away and they were able to spawn in on the platform. Yes, there is definitely a problem here, but the confirmation is that we can make parrot farms as it stands. You could go into a jungle biome, condition it all, and create a farm where the parrots would spawn on top of the grass, which reminds me, these guys don't drop anything, so it wouldn't be a very useful one unless you wanted a lot of pets. There you go. Oh, they do drop something. They drop feathers, of course, but nothing new is what I was getting at. They don't drop a new type of item. The grass and the parrots are gone, which means I've got an amazing little bonus clip to show you at the end of this video, but we're here to listen to the parrot sounds. And because of that, I made the smart decision to turn my game sound up. So here we go. The first one is ambient. So that's just the kind of sound they make when they're hanging out in the area. There's a few different ones. Okay, enough of that. Then we have the deaf sound. Over here we've got eat. Then we have fly. So that's the sound of them flapping their wings. And then we have hurt. And last of all we have the step sound for when they're walking around. That isn't much of a sound at all, is it? This next feature we're about to check out is huge. This is such a big game changer, and I think it's been really well done. But it might be a little bit tricky to explain because it is two things at once. It is a recipe book and it is also a system known as advancements. So advancements is entirely customizable. Everything you're going to see appear in this little area over here can be manually edited and changed using JSON files for custom map makers and people who want to add a challenge or something different to the Minecraft game. And I do believe this means in future snapshots we're going to see all crafting recipes in the game be customizable. You can remove and add them, etc, etc. But the way that this whole system has been implemented in this snapshot is a recipe book. So if we punch our first block of wood, I believe it is then going to tell us what we can do with that. We can now make planks, right? And then we click on there and it shows us how to do that. Now once the planks are in our inventory, it's then going to show us everything else that can be made using planks. How cool is that? It's also got categories of which... Oh, I see. They don't appear twice. So those are building blocks. These are other type of blocks then, and that's stuff to do with redstone. So then we can go and make our crafting table. It puts them in the 2x2 for us. And there we go. Now notice how they've turned red. That's because we can't craft those things anymore. But we can make more planks because we have that. Now that one's red and some of the other ones are white again because we can or can't craft them. So then you can show the different types here, craftable or all of the items. You can also search over here as well, which is extremely cool. So if I were to plop this thing down and start doing some crafting and gathering resources, we'd see more and more things fill into our recipe book. So that's why I filled up a chest full of stuff over here. So let's take out some paper and sticks and dirt and gold, and then you'll see that we have unlocked loads of new recipes. And if we go in here, we can see what all of those recipes are as well. In fact, let's just take the entire contents of the chest. I gotta say though, the way that message appears on the side here, I think that should be an option to have that turned on or off in the game, because it can be kind of a little bit evasive. It doesn't look too pretty either. So anyway, we take all of that stuff, and now we've learned all of the recipes that those things can be made with. We now know everything we can make with all of these items, and they can be divided up into categories as well. Very cool system, really exciting stuff. And again, just want to iterate here that this is customizable. So all of this stuff could be used for custom games in the future, mini games, stuff like that. And if you know who Dinnerbone is on Twitter, send him your love, because he made this, and it's absolutely amazing. I think it's a really great feature. And the two other things that were here I forgot to mention. The orange terracotta block has been changed slightly. It's now got a lot more orange in it. So this sort of region that I'm pointing at here was mostly teal. Now there's more orange on this texture. And the other thing is the beacon, which I have renamed, which is why it's on top of an anvil. And when we look at it, it says xisuma's beacon. So it will now say the name of the beacon above it, which I think is really cool. This next feature is an amazing idea. Unfortunately, I think the voice is a little bit janky. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about in a moment when you hear it, but you can press Control B.
Narrator active.
The narrator has been active. Hello, narrator.
xisuma hello.
It's going to read what's in chat. I see a piggy.
xisuma piggy.
So it's a little bit fast speaking. Let's do a sentence. This is a sentence.
xisuma, this is a sentence.
You see? It can now read out what's being written in chat to you, which I think is really cool. And I'm going to do it.
xisuma hello, everyone. Should subscribe to xisuma if you want short videos about the latest news from Mohang.
You should do it, peeps. You should do it. There's going to be a link on your screen to my second channel. That's going to be it from me this video, peeps. That's right, I'm flying and a lighter with parrots on my shoulder. It's quite amazing. You can barely see them though. If you enjoyed this video, please do leave a like and let me know what you think of the snapshot with a comment down below. And I will see you in the next video. Ciao for now. Bye bye. This is about to get very cruel, but for the sake of the video I need to do this. Oh, see you later fellas. Oh no, it's so cruel. Jeez. Oh wow, that's kind of amazing looking. Wow. They're all trying to hover around the chicken, who's also falling down as well.